About 5 checks a day, sometimes several times a night. So in Belarus, the authorities put psychological and physical pressure on human rights defenders and activists. The lawyer of the former candidate for the presidency of Belarus, Viktar Babaryka, Illia Salei, has been under house arrest for almost 6 months, Current Time reports. He was detained on September the 9th, 2020 and charged with calling for action aimed at causing harm to national security.
I was completely forbidden to leave the flat, which is extremely rare, since work is provided even in a pre-trial detention center. I had never heard of such a thing before my case. I was also forbidden to use a phone and the internet, to see my mates and family. Given the fact that I lived alone in a flat, it was actually a complete isolation. Illia Salei, lawyer, from the article of the publication Current Time.
In April 2021, Illia Salei was released on bail. Realizing that the persecution would continue, he decided to leave Belarus. Human rights activist Sergei Drozdovsky also spent about 6 months under house arrest. He was detained in February 2021 on charges of fraud. Allegedly, Drozdovsky provided legal assistance to participants in the post-election protest with the money of the UN office in Belarus. Sergei was serving house arrest in his dorm room.
The decision on the measure of restraint stated that I was allowed to communicate only with my wife and children. I don't have a wife and children. It was allowed to speak only with the investigator on a landline phone, but I didn't have a landline. Sergei Drozdovsky, human rights activist, from the article of the publication Current Time.
Andrei Sharenda, an activist from Brest, spent about a month under house arrest, but right before the trial, he managed to escape. He was detained on May the 31st, 2021, and accused of slandering Alexander Lukashenko. Polina Sharenda-Panasyuk, the activist's wife, is currently serving her sentence in a penal colony. According to the publication Vesna, she has been held in custody for 180 days over the past 10 months. In the colony, the political prisoner decided to renounce Belarusian citizenship, after which Sharenda-Panasyuk was sent for a psychiatric examination.
She does not fully recognize the legitimacy of these authorities. Even in prison, Polina continues to fight this totalitarian regime in the form of civil disobedience.
The UN called the actions of the Lukashenko regime against dissidents in Belarus a crime against humanity. Publications in social networks, reposts and likes, every little thing can be a reason for arrest. Experts believe that Belarusians cannot overthrow the dictator at the moment. They cannot organize themselves. Today, only the Federal Security Service can organize a conspiracy against Lukashenko, because there is no other way. Lukashenko, for the most part, controls his own people. Everything is based on fear. Detentions for political reasons in Belarus occur almost every day, experts say. A political prisoner, the famous artist Alexander Pushkin, has died under unclear circumstances in one of the prisons. Recently, a Polish citizen was sentenced to 3 years in prison for insulting Alexander Lukashenko, Vesna reports. The tightening of the Belarusian authorities' criminal legislation has the opposite effect. In 2 years, more than 3,000 new names have been added to the list of extremists. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Victoria Smirnova, UATV News.